Thank you. I looked across the roster and I realized that I'm just about the only working journalist here today. So I thought I'd speak for we enemies of the people. That's one of me. Someone must. Someone must. Look, we as reporters are used to being hated. I mean, it's part of the job. You know, we're a scourge. We're trying to hold elected officials, powerful people accountable. You know what we write keeps them up at night and gets them up early in the morning when the paper hits the doorstep. And some of the folks I've covered have not liked me very much. I mean, some of them, I think, failed. Look, Suskind, I got nothing against you personally. But that damn thing in the newspaper, I don't know what to say. And some of them, well, they just outright hated me. Look, anyone can do the bushwalk, right? You get your arms out, it's kind of a tight sphincter thing, you do that. I'm not sure whether I should hug you or hit you. It's my choice as the decider. So we're used to being hated. Oh, but we're in a new place now, man. You know, my wife won't let me do Trump anymore in the house. So I just do it out here on stages. You're like, everyone can do, I think it should be like a Black Power thing. This is Nixon, this is Eldridge Cleaver, this is Trump. Trump hand, everyone can do it. It's the little finger up, just like that. Then you get the pinky out. This man is keeping me up at night. He's keeping us all up at night. We're all goddamn sleepless. First off, take the goddamn cell phone out of the bedroom. You got an alarm clock. That's your clock. Put the phone in the kitchen. Because we're all getting up at 4 in the morning and starting, right? By 8 o'clock, we're a disaster. And that's part of Trump's plan. The man is up at 3:45 tweeting. You're waking up to Trump. What a nightmare. I mean, I feel for Melania. I mean, right there I feel for her. Have to wake up to that man. Not that she does it very often. I want to talk seriously about these principles that are under siege, and they are. Look, I love what you're doing. I love Lessig. I teach a class with Larry at Harvard Law School. I know this whole movement you're a part of. The system's busted. Everybody knows it. Just like Trevor said, 90% of the people are saying, busted, fix it. I mean, that's a very high majority. The question is how and when it'll be fixed. And in some ways, the moment you're in now is the ideal moment because fear works. I mean, fear drives change. We hate to admit that. Everyone here likes hope better, right? I won't even get into my relationship with Barack Obama, but we do like hope better. We do. But we got to respect fear. It drives change in history. Also respect another thing. Years ago, I was talking to a famous psychiatrist about something that wasn't working in my family. My mother wouldn't admit to something. She wouldn't admit that she was starting into Alzheimer's. She knew it, but we couldn't talk about it. And this guy, Max Plutsky, a Jewish Cuban Jew, they're called Jubins, if in case you're wondering. He takes me and goes, Ron, let me explain to you. Denial. Ooh, you are a big truth guy, yeah? It's your profession, yeah? Yeah. But you must remember to respect denial. It is a key part of the human architecture. Allowing us to get up in that morning, well, when we don't think we can get up. When the world has thrown so much at us, it seems untenable. We need to all respect denial. There's a lot of people in the country in denial. When you respect them out there in your campaigns, when you respect them in all the ways you rewrite or hope to rewrite the laws, you're understanding them. And that's what the journalist tries to do. Look, there are principles. You know that. But there's also compromise. Let me just talk a minute about it. Because it's hard. Lots of people in this room, just like every room like this, are like, the other side's the enemy. I mean, God forbid, I can't even be in the same room with them. We've been here before. This is often the way it is in this country. Us and them. I mean, they're not even a human being like me. How can I accord them the respect of the negotiation? Let's be very clear about this. This is fact, not fake. True. This country has survived from its start on compromise. The Senate and the House, compromise. Big states versus little ones. Everything, with one exception. One single moment when we couldn't compromise, and that's called the Civil War. That's the dilemma we're all in now. I call it something, though, that's different. I call it principled compromise. What's that mean? That means first we have to agree on fundamental principles. We all agree on that, don't we? The first thing you do. Because unless there's that foundation, we're lost. And there are fundamental principles we do agree about. Just list them out. We all know them. One man, one vote. Yeah. Core. Rule of law. Without that, there's nothing. Pursuit of happiness, liberty, as long as it doesn't infringe upon the rights of someone else or harm them. Fundamental. And finally, the free press. That's right. I mean, Christ, we're the only profession mentioned in the Bill of Rights. Doesn't that get us something? And what does that mean? What's our job? Our job simply, in this context of this thing we call our democracy, is simply to nourish consent, to inform it with the stuff. Not just the facts, the context. Where those facts sit in the life you lead. There's plenty of facts. Unless they're in the context that is true and thoughtful and worked through, they just float. Are you hearing me, Fox News? Give me one little example. This Trey Gowdy just left Congress, right? So one day in June of the election year, I'm watching Fox News. A 9-month investigation in Congress on Hillary and Benghazi, right? 9 months. Fox News put so much airtime in this, they could have read War and Peace backwards in Russian. I mean, Julie, hour after hour. Gowdy's committee, after enormous effort to find anything, says, no wrongdoing at all. Yikes. This gets 30 seconds on Fox News. That is a failure of context. That means they're not journalists. It's that simple. You can't do that. It's a fundamental violation. You can't hold up the banner journalist and do that. Let me just finish by making this personal, because that's what he does. The only thing I do and my people, my profession, the only thing we do is truth. That's it. Other people do other things. They run businesses. They make profits. They manage lots of people. All we do is walk around with a pad and a tape recorder looking for truth that's objective, verifiable, in context. That's all we do. I mean, it's complicated with your sources and meeting them in garages and cafes. That's complicated. But the core thing we do is simple and clear. Truth. And to do that, me and my gang walk through war zones, for Christ's sake. I've done it. I've walked through inner city America in places of despair and crime. I've been chased by suicide bombers, and I've got a whole gang of people who do that. And we are not the enemy. No. No. Let me give you a clue. Anytime anyone says something is fake news, it means it's huge news. Fight well. Change the system. Bless you all.